What's going on, friends? Logan Myerz here for Cinephellas.com. Tonight I'm going to be talking about a film put out by Saban Films. Really great company. They put out a lot of great independent films. I'm going to be talking about The Night Clerk starring Sheridan, one of my new favorite actors. It comes out on digital and theaters on Friday, February 21st. So the setup of the film, we have Sheridan. He's a night clerk. He works at a hotel, essentially. And he's really odd and something off about him. He's a voyeur, so he basically puts cameras in the hotel room that he works at, and he's like spying on people. And more importantly, in the beginning of the film is this woman, and as you can expect, something bad happens to this woman. He's like watching it. He has the footage of it, and it turns out that the woman gets murdered. It puts his character Bart, played by Sheridan, in this really rough situation. He's working with another guy at the hotel, and they come across this murder. It brings in John Leguizamo's character playing the cop investigating this murder that takes place at the hotels. And the cop is questioning Bart and really noticing how off he is, and maybe he could be one of the prime suspects, working there. Another character they introduced in the film is Andrea, played by Ana de Armas. Huge fan of hers. I loved her in Knives Out, which is coming out next week on Blu-ray. I'm going to be picking that up, but she's a great actress. She basically lives at this hotel, and she's like sparking a conversation with Bart. And it really sets up some great conversation between Andrea and Bart's character. We find out that Andrea's younger brother had some issues. He was institutionalized, and he eventually passed away. So she's definitely gaining this relationship and, thinking about her young brother, talking to Bart. And they really have a great conversation, great relationship, and it all kind of changes throughout the film. But I like the setup of her character, but it really changes for Andrea. Really at the end of the film, we kind of see her true colors, what she's actually all about. He's up to no good as he plants all these, hidden cameras throughout the hotel rooms and really spying on everybody that stays there, mostly women. So it definitely has like a Norman Bates vibe to it, and this character reminded me much of Norman Bates, and especially Freddie Highmore's portrayal of Norman Bates in Bates Motel, one of my favorite shows. I thought Sheridan went to a really dark place in this film, and you can see with this character playing Bart having Asperger's. He's like spying on women, staying at the hotel, being a voyeur. What he says in the film, the reason he does that, he's memorizing the conversation, the behavior of humans. Being with Asperger's, it's hard to deal with a lot of those things, having just a normal conversation and being in these situations and being around other people, becomes socially awkward. Throughout the film, Bart really starts to show his true colors, I guess. He starts to freak out more. And at times, Sheridan's portrayal of this character was a little over the top, because I know people that have Asperger's, been around them. I know how they act and how they're really obsessed with certain things. They're very knowledgeable of things, but that it wasn't really believable. He came off more like a creep, something unsettling about him than a person with Asperger's. So you kind of question that throughout the film. Does he really have Asperger's, or is he really mentally ill? He just wants to, spy on people, kill them. Is there something darker at play here? Another great actress they introduced in the film is Helen Hunt. She plays Bart's mom. She was one of my favorite actresses back in the day. Oscar-winning actress Helen Hunt, and I'm not talking about my favorite flick, Twister, with her and Bill Paxton. I just love watching that movie and over and over again. It just never gets old, but haven't seen her in anything in a long time. Great seeing her on screen. She didn't have much to do except be there for Bart, her son, a concerned mother that's always protecting her kid. But she did really have some great scenes with her and Sheridan, as playing mother and son. But she didn't really have much to do besides that in the film, just being there for Bart, which is kind of sad because I wanted to see more of her on screen. As I was saying earlier with Andrea, played by Ana de Armas, her character really changes from the beginning to the end. I don't want to say too much about that, and some things that I really didn't see coming. But the overall consensus for The Night Clerk, viewing this for the first time, written and directed by Michael Christopher, I thought it was a pretty good film. I had some issues with it. The entire cast of the film is really good. Sheridan, always an excellent actor. Love that actor. Loved him in Ready Player One and the X-Men films as a young Scott Summers Cyclops in the movie Mud back in the day, and just seeing him grow up and get really good roles. The only downfall of this character of Bart, I thought he just went a little over the top at times. If he would have toned it down just a bit like he did in the first two acts, I think it would have been totally fine, and I would have had a better time with that character. So overall, I'm going to give the brand new film The Night Clerk, that hits theaters and digital on February 21st, a 3 out of 5 Sheridan hair pieces. This is Logan Myerz, and my mate up here, Sheridan, otherwise known as Bart, with our cool 1990s technology. It's pretty sweet, huh? Until the next movie review. Cheers!